The senators of the Virgin Islands became testifiers in their usual place of business at the Legislative Building on St. Thomas, as it was utilized for a Congressional Field Hearing for the Oversight and Government Reform Subcommittee on Interior, Energy, and Environment on Monday, March 12, 2018. Chair for the Subcommittee on the Interior, Blake Farenthold, along with Delegate Stacy Plaskett, heard testimony from VI senators and federal agency representatives about the hurricane season of 2017's impact on the Virgin Islands.
It is my opinion as the chair of the Committee on Health, Hospitals and Human Services that the assessment by FEMA of the structures is too slow, that the change in personnel by FEMA has delayed the final assessment of the structures. Now, the assessment has to establish that the repairs would cost 50% or more in order for a new structure to be built. As of today, we still do not know whether we will have new hospitals.
Virgin Islands senators testified to their concerns, which were echoed by the public, about emergency aid deployment and insurance in the aftermath of the hurricanes.
Can you talk a little bit about the experience of collecting insurance, and if there's anything you think either the state or the territorial or federal government ought to do to improve that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The issues relating to insurance in the territory has been one of contention. Many of the homeowners have expressed their displeasure in the manner to which their insurance companies have taken them through the process of their adjusters, and likewise the time that it took for the adjuster to arrive at their homes. In addition to that, the issue of underinsurance continues to be a big issue here in the territory.
A central point of discussion was the implementation of evacuating medical patients out of the territory, with residents still unsure as to the effectiveness of the operation and the lack of consistent information as to the status of the evacuees. The hearing heard not only from the senators, but from the federal support agents as well.
We also heard from our local panel beforehand that there was an issue tracking victims who are medevaced out to Puerto Rico or wherever. What are y'all doing to improve the tracking of people so family members know where their relatives are, who's safe, who's not, and that sort of thing?
Mr. Chairman, so currently all of the folks are in Atlanta, Georgia. We've consolidated all the folks that have been evacuated from the various locations to Atlanta, Georgia, and all those records are made available on a daily basis. In fact, the Virgin Islands has very kindly provided 3 nurses, there's currently 2 remaining from St. Croix, that are actually acting as case managers to all those folks. So Virgin Islanders are directly speaking to other Virgin Islanders, discussing the needs and requirements. All those lists are available to the Virgin Islands Department of Health, and are made available on an actual daily basis. And anytime we return anyone, someone has met the needs of care and they return, actually 3 are being done this morning, those records are being done here. Obviously that's after the fact. For this current season, if that need arises again, using established IT systems in conjunction and coordination with the VIDOH is a critical planning factor. Something called JPATS, the Joint Patient Assessment and Tracking System, is something we're working with the VA to bring here for this hurricane season.